Hello beautiful humans, and welcome back to my channel. Today Haley and I are on a mission to avoid the heat. Haley is exceptionally mad at me currently. There's quite a few ducks over here and she wants to chase them so bad, and she's so pissed I won't let her off the leash. So in the summer, when the days get a little bit hotter, Haley and I have to get a little bit creative on how to stay cool. Haley and I's absolute favorite way to beat the heat in the city in the summer is to hit up some of the local parks. Today we decided to switch it up a little bit, try a new park, because I wanted to be by the water. Yesterday was miserably hot and today is supposed to be the same. So I'm planning on spending a good portion of the afternoon here. That way Haley can be in the water, I can put my feet in the water. I've got a beautiful hammock spot set up under the trees here. Brought my book, brought my hula hoop with me. That's a little bit of a quarantine hobby that I've picked up. Haley bee! Haley bee! I will check in with you guys again when we head back inside. Bye-bye, duckies! Bye-bye, duckies! Alright, it's been about 2 or 3 hours now. We're gonna head back to the van, get some water, maybe go get an ice cream. Now that my body has returned to normal temperature and I am not sweating profusely, Haley is passed out on the couch. Splashing around in the water is one of her favorite ways to stay cool in the summer, and I just love watching her play. She has so much fun. I had a lovely afternoon reading, hooping, just enjoying the sunshine. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about some of the things that we do to stay cool in the summer. There are air conditioners available for vans, but they do usually require shore power, which we do not have, and they are very expensive. So I wanted to go over with you guys my 5 tips for staying cool in a van in the summer. Tip number 1, go outside. As Haley and I did today, we spent a good portion of our summer days outside at parks. The spot I found today was absolutely beautiful. So many ducks. We had our own little private beach. I hung up my hammock, played with my hula hoop, but I was definitely ready to get out of the sun. So that brings me to my second tip, which is to stay hydrated. Making sure you're drinking as much water as you think you need, and then some is super important. To be very mindful of the temperature and our health during the summer. We don't want to be having heat strokes, overheating, things like that. Tip number 3 is to keep the air flowing. We did seriously upgrade our fan game in this fan. We have 2 fantastic fans. I keep them running pretty much all day, like all summer long. Even though it might not lower the actual temperature, the stale air tends to feel much more humid and heavy. So with both of our fans running, we have a really good airflow system in here, and it does keep the temperature in the van much more manageable for us. It is definitely not as cool as it would be in a house, but it's much better than it could be. Tip number 4 is to park in the shade. This one is a little bit of a juggling act, as the sun does charge our batteries and all of our electricity runs off of our solar. We don't have to worry about our battery bank as much in the summer as the sun is out more often, so we don't want to be parking in the shade 24/7 because we do still need access to our lights, our fridge, things like that. But if we are going to be in the van for an extended amount of time in the summer, I definitely make sure to park in the shade. That does help reduce the temperature in here substantially. Kind of along the same lines as that, we do have a Reflectix window covering that we do put up when we're parked in the summer. Again, this also helps to reduce the amount of light and heat that's getting into the vehicle. Kind of all of these things combined together does make a big difference. It definitely does not get as hot back here as it does just in a traditional vehicle. We did insulate our build very well. We don't have a built-in heater or a built-in air conditioner, so that insulation has been very key to make van life comfortable for us in all sorts of different climates. Summer is my favorite season, but I don't mind as much being warm as some people do. I'm from Texas. A little heat's got nothing on me. And tip number 5, ice is your best friend. So I have a couple of different ways that I use ice to help keep my body temperature low in the van. So not only do I try and consume cold beverages as often as possible, like that iced coffee I treated myself to this morning, but I also do keep a cooler of ice in the van when it is particularly hot. I'll stop at a gas station, grab a bag of ice, put it in the cooler, and use the ice in different ways throughout the day to help keep my body temperature down. Over here we have our trusty cooler. Got our ice cubes in there. Hey, you want some ice? Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and, oh, yes. So this next little trick is actually something that I started doing at music festivals because Bonnaroo was hot last year. Wow. So I bought some cooling towels for my friends and I, and they worked wonders for us at the festival. So Josh and I have started using them in the van. So I'll just dunk my little towel here down in the cold water, toss that on the back of my neck there, and it really makes a huge difference. So temperature control, we just kind of take one day at a time. Josh and I are constantly thinking of new creative ways to help keep our body temperature down and keep the van cooler in the summer. It's not always the most comfortable, I'm not gonna lie to you. So we just kind of take it one day at a time, do the best that we can. But my final word on this for anyone considering van life is to stay safe. Vehicles sitting in the sun can get very, very hot if they're not insulated properly and you're not taking the proper steps to keep the temperature comfortable. It is easy to accidentally overheat, especially if you have an animal like we do, because dogs overheat much more quickly than people. Haley is never ever left alone in the van in the summer, and if it's to the point where I am uncomfortable, I know that she is, and that steps need to be taken to ensure that both of us are safe. That is my top priority when it comes to temperature control in the van, is making sure that Haley is safe and comfortable, because she's my baby. If you guys have any more questions for me about summer temperature control in the van, please pop them in the comments below. I'll make another video similar to this one in the winter, and I'll talk a little bit more about how we survive the cold. If you guys liked this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Sunday, but for right now, I think I need a shave ice.